Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you're new, please hit that like and subscribe button and let's get right into today's video. So for today we're doing some acrylic press on. So I'm taking my long full cover square nail tips from Carol's Nail Supply, and I did go ahead and trim them off camera, and here I'm just taking a mini buffer and buffing off the shine from the nail tips. You don't absolutely have to use a buffer to remove the shine. You can use just like nail primer or something, but I just prefer to use the nail buffer because I feel like it helps the acrylic adhere better to the nail tips. I just think of it like doing acrylic on like my actual self or a client or something like that. You always want to remove the shine from the nail plate, so I just think like that when I am doing acrylic press-ons as well. And for today's acrylic, I will be using Peaky Nude. This is from Carol's Nail Supply as well. It is available on my website. I always have the link down below. And if you use code YouTube, it does always save you 20% on your purchases. So I will be using this acrylic on all the nails. So I am just applying it completely to each single nail. And then we will move on to doing like the nail art and stuff like that. Also for reference, I am using the MEKK Pro monomer, and I am using the size 14 practice acrylic brush from Bomb Nails. So I quickly just want to mention, I know it's been quite some time since I've done a voiceover or anything like that on my channel. I did recently just have a baby about a month ago now, so my pregnancy was pretty rough and I didn't really feel like doing voiceovers or anything like that, but I did want to keep creating content for my YouTube channel. So all those Halloween and fall sets were all pre-recorded. These ones are a little bit pre-recorded as well, probably like a week old from when I am posting it. So I'm trying my hardest to get on a nice schedule with my baby, plus being able to record videos for my YouTube channel and just create content, because that's something I absolutely love doing, and I don't want to completely stop just because I have a new baby or anything like that. I want to be able to keep continuing to do something I love on top of being a mom again. So if you see that I post videos and I'm not really doing voiceovers, it's just mainly because I do have a new baby. Like I mentioned, she's a month old now, so I am just doing my best to pretty much just be a mom and a nail content creator and just keep doing something I love doing. But yeah, I just quickly wanted to mention that I am doing my hardest to do voiceovers, because I know some people prefer like hearing a voiceover rather than just like music in the video. I'm kind of in between both. I love listening to like people describe what they're doing in their nail sets or just talking in general, but I also sometimes love when it's just music and I can relax while watching the nail tutorial. So I'm kind of going to try to do a little bit of both, but I really want to work more on doing my voiceovers again, because I miss being able to explain everything and just talking to you guys. So like I said, I'm going to be doing my best, but if I don't do a voiceover, just know that I am just being a mom and just working on life in general. So that is what I am doing. So like I mentioned, I am also going to be applying this nude cover to all the nails. So I will be just letting you guys watch the acrylic application play out, and I'll come back in once it's time to shape and file. So this is what the application is looking like once everything is completely dry. Here I'm just taking my 8080 grit hand file, also from my website, and just shaping up the sidewalls. I like to start with that first just to make sure everything is nice and straight, and then I do like to work over the surface. You can use an e-file for this, but I just prefer to use my hand file because I feel like it just gives it a nice smooth surface compared to an e-file. But like, it's personal preference, so it's up to you what you want to do. Like I said, I just like to use a hand file, especially when doing press-ons. So like I mentioned, I did work on the sidewalls first, and then I start by thinning out the cuticle area just a little bit so it's not bulky if anyone were to apply these nails to themselves. And then I do like to work over the entire surface of the nail just to smooth everything out, and then again I will be doing that to all of these nails. So after hand filing, I am just taking my e-file and this 5-in-1 medium grit nail bit and filing underneath the free edge. I did feel like these were a bit thick at the free edge, so I just wanted to thin them out very slightly. And I do have my drill at the speed of about 10 RPMs, I believe, just to help thin these out. You don't have to do this step, but like I said, I just felt like they were a bit too thick and I wanted to thin them out just a little bit. And then here I'm just taking my mini buffer and buffing off the surface of each of the nails to prep for our nail art and have a smooth surface. So these are what the nails are looking like after they've been shaped and filed, and here is the reference photo for today. We are going to be recreating the set by using different colors. So I'm taking our number 2 gel polish, also from my website. It's a beautiful vibrant orange and this very beautiful teal color from Nails and Blings, and you'll also need some classic white gel polish, also from Kyle's Nail Supply. And then here I'm just applying them to my nail palette. I did get this cute little nail palette from Nails and Blings. I believe it's on their website still. And I think they have a lighter pink color as well for anyone who's interested in this specific nail palette. And then once I have everything applied to my nail palette, I am taking my 25mm liner brush, also from my website, and I will start on the nail art. So I am alternating the color, so every other nail will be this teal color. So I believe I'm doing it on the pinky, the middle nail, and the thumbnail. And I am just starting with a straight line down the center, making sure it's as centered as possible. And then I will be infilling it with the brush just to make the process a bit quicker. And once I feel like everything is nice and straight, I will go ahead and cure this in the light for 60 seconds. Now normally I like to only cure when doing nail art for 30 seconds, but since these colors are super pigmented, I want to make sure they are fully cured, and that is why I am curing it for 60 seconds. Not only that, it just gives me enough time to work on the nail art on the next nail. So as you can see, I am starting on the middle nail while the pinky nail is curing. And again, I'm just doing the same exact process, creating a straight line down the middle and then infilling it with a brush. Here I kind of messed up the line, so I'm just going to be taking a cleanup brush and just straightening that line out, and then once everything is nice and cleaned up, again curing that for 60 seconds. Now for the ring nail and the index nail, I will be doing that orange color, or I will be doing the same design using the orange color. So again, a straight line down the middle as centered as possible, taking the applicator brush from the bottle and infilling that, and then again carrying that for 60 seconds in the nail light. So for the next portion of the nail art, you want to create a half French on the other side of the nail. So I am going to be creating my smile line as nice as I want it, I guess, or as deep as I want it. And then once I have everything nice and perfected, I will start infilling the free edge area of that French tip along with the sides using that white gel polish. And then once everything is nice and filled in, I am carrying this for 60 seconds as well. Now, if you want the process to go a bit quicker, I would recommend using the brush from the bottle to infill, but for some reason I just decided to use my liner brush, so that is what I'm using here. But like I said, if you want the process to go just a bit quicker, use the brush from the bottle to infill everything a bit quicker. And I am also doing the French, the half French tip on all the nails, so that is what you will see me doing here. And then again, making sure to cure for 60 seconds in the nail light, just to make sure everything is nice and fully cured. Now that all that base nail art is completed, I am just taking a lint-free wipe and some alcohol and wiping the surface of the nail. The reason I am doing that is because I will be applying some matte top coat, and I do not want any of these colors to kind of like smear when I'm applying that matte top coat. So I always recommend wiping the nail with some alcohol and a lint-free wipe before applying any type of matte top coat. And for my choice, I am just using the Nails and Blings matte top coat. This is just the first one I picked up out of my drawer, so I am just using that to apply to all the nails. I am applying a very thin layer of that to every single nail, and then once I am done, I will be curing that for 60 seconds in the nail light. So now to complete the nail art, I am just taking the same color that I used on the one side of the nail. So for this instance, I am taking the teal color. I am doing a line down the center, nice straight line using my 12mm liner brush. My 25mm liner brush. And then I'm doing the little dashes on the actual portion of the nail with my 15mm liner brush. And I am going to be doing a sweater design here. So like I said, just start with the straight line down the center, do the little dashes, and then connect the dashes together from the top left to the bottom right, if that makes sense, and it creates a nice knitted sweater design. And then before curing that gel polish, you want to make sure to apply some clear acrylic to the gel polish that you just laid down on the nail, and this will help give it that nice texture. So make sure you are not curing that gel polish, otherwise the clear acrylic will not stick to the nail. And you want to make sure to apply it quite a few times just to get that nice matted like sweater design, I guess. If it still looks a bit shiny or like candle wax, I guess, like waxy, you want to make sure to apply a bit more clear acrylic just to give it that nice matte finish. So I will be doing the sweater design on all the nails and then applying that clear acrylic. This clear acrylic is also from my website. I'm applying that on top of the gel polish, and then after that I am curing that for 60 seconds in the nail light, and then I just take a dust brush to wipe off the excess acrylic and then move on to the next nail. And I guess while this plays out, I want to talk to you guys about our Black Friday sale we are having on our website. So the Black Friday sale does start this Wednesday, November 26th at 12 a.m. So it's going to start like first thing on the 26th. We are having 65% off our entire website. We did also recently launch 3 new winter/Christmas collections. So I will try to post them like a little video here, either in the video, or I will just post pictures of the swatches on my community tab, so stay posted for either one of those. So like I said, it's going to be 65% off our entire website. We're thinking about doing maybe free shipping on like orders $20 and up or something like that. And the reason I don't do free shipping as often on my website is because I literally pay almost $1,000 in shipping each month, which is quite a bit just to ship out some packages. And I know some are probably thinking like, well, that shouldn't be much if you get orders or anything like that. But as a small business, that much for shipping out packages to me is quite expensive. So that is why I don't do free shipping as often on my website, and I do try to make our shipping prices as fair as possible. But right now with the holiday season, USPS is upping their shipping prices for the season, so I am unsure if I want to either up them just a little bit or keep it the same, so we will see. But back to the Black Friday sale, I am doing 65% off, and it starts November 26th and it does end Saturday, November 29th. So if you want to be sure to get your hands on any of our new collections, restock on your favorites or anything like that, make sure to check our website first thing November 26th, because that is when the sale does start. Now I know quite a bit of our cover acrylics are sold out, and we are doing our best to restock as fast as possible, but I do not think we are going to restock as quickly. We're not going to be able to restock before the sale. Same with our nail tips. Those are almost completely sold out except for our full cover nail tips. But we are doing our best to restock as fast as possible. So we are hoping to have the majority of our website completely restocked either by the middle of December or first thing in January. So just stay tuned. Follow us on Instagram because that is where I update the website and everything, or update you guys the most. So like I said, follow us on Instagram. But that is pretty much the end of the video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please like, comment, share, and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next one.